Hey guys, how are you? Super, super excited. It is Sunday. It's your girl Natasha Nurse on the StyleForIt platform, which is always exciting and always super fun. And we're doing something new. We're going to be talking obviously about fashion and lifestyle and all of that, but we're on a couple of platforms right now, which is fun. So we're on here on Facebook and we're also here on YouTube. So woohoo! Very, very fun. So wherever you're joining, whether you're on Facebook or you are on YouTube, make sure that you shout out where you are joining from so that I can say hello and all of that good jazz. And of course, I'm just before we officially get started, just going to share it out to a couple of places and hopefully you can do the same. And then we can have an amazing conversation because that's what you do on a weekend, right? Obviously, guys, this is fun, fun, fun. So share it out. Come on in, whatever time, whether it's now, a little bit later in the program. Don't miss out because we're talking about something that we all really need to spend a lot of time thinking about and doing and executing on, which is decluttering, because we need space. We need mental space. We need physical space. There's just so much going on in our world, and it doesn't make any sense to be kind of having all these items in our clothes that we are no longer wearing. So share this out. Let's have a really fun conversation. And with that, I think we can get started. So I'm just going to declutter my if I don't know if you guys are big onto when it comes to like computers and having like a million tabs. I'm like definitely an offender of the million tabs thing. So loving the conversation of decluttering. Such a need, guys. So let me make sure we are good on all fronts and then we can get this party started, guys. So hello, hello, hello. My name is Natasha Nurse. I am the StyleForIt ambassador for StyleForIt, the first ever, so cool, plus size online consignment platform dedicated to sizes 12 to 32. 12 to 32, such an amazing range, such an amazing offerings. And if you're not familiar with consignment, what does it mean? So essentially, we women and men, but you know, this is a platform for women. We women have a lot of clothes, gotta deal with the makeup. Have a lot of clothes, and we keep adding to the inventory of what's in our closet, but sometimes we don't do enough purging and cleaning. And so why not take clothes that you already have in your closet and then sell them on a platform dedicated to the curvy and plus size woman's space, and then make money off of clothes that you've already bought that you weren't going to do anything with other than just like pack it away or put it in storage. Makes no sense. Make some money, sell clothes that you already have. Let's get her done, right? And so you can learn more about the platform and the founder and kind of the origin story at styleforit.com. So make sure you definitely do that if you aren't already familiar. And of course, I'm going to direct you guys throughout the program to go there and what we need to do to make some money and to clear out our closets, to have some space and freedom in our mind, in our homes, all of that good jazz. So with that, I think we can get started into the conversation for today, specifically with the essentially the invite, I will call it, for us women who makeup. We have we have special occasion wear. And so with special occasion wear, I think there's a lot to talk about with that. And so I want you guys to chime in and, if you have thoughts and things going on around that concept, make sure you put them in the comments here on Facebook or on YouTube. But ultimately, I'm talking about like special occasion dresses, tops, skirts, pants, also suits. If you were in a wedding, we're talking bridal wear, so the wedding dress itself, or even your bridesmaid dress, all of that good stuff. If you have any of that in your closet right now, I want you to raise your hand, right? I definitely do. I'm sure you do as well. That's fantastic, right? So those are memories. Those are things that we participated in. Those are wonderful, hopefully wonderful experiences that you've had. And now you have this kind of takeaway from it, this physical manifestation of that experience. And maybe you'll wear it, maybe you won't. But most likely, if it's been in your closet and it hasn't been touched for 6 months or more, you're probably not doing anything with it. So what is the solution? the solution is to do something about it. And I think, you know, why, first let's talk about why we keep these physical manifestations in our closet with the bridal wear, with the special occasion events, all of that stuff. So I think first it comes down to nostalgia, right? Like I mentioned, these are physical manifestations of experiences and things that we've done. And so we want to have this kind of takeaway. We enjoy, you know, maybe sifting through the closet, and the lip gloss is killing me, guys. And you go through and you're like, oh, remember when I was at this? This was Jenny's wedding, or this was Alex's, right? Like, so you have a physical touch that you have nostalgia for. So that's one reason why we keep these things in our closet. What's another reason why we do these things? I think the concept, like if anyone's ever seen the movie, I love this movie, 27 Dresses, right? So Katherine Heigl, she's like, you know, she has a closet, like she lives in New York City. And if you live in New York City, you know how tight space can really be. I mean, any kind of major city, tightness is a problem, right? And she has this like closet filled with 27 bridal dresses because she's been a bridesmaid or a maid of honor 27 different times. And she's sick of it because she herself wants to get married. It's such a fun movie. Shout out to Katherine Heigl. I adore you so much, so much. And it's funny because she has this like really elaborate system of trying to make sure they're all in there so she can close the door. And she talks to this reporter who she eventually falls in love with. It's such a thing. It's such an amazing film. Shout out to 27 Dresses, right? But the idea of like, oh, you can just shorten it and wear it again, right? Like for instance, like a bridesmaid dress. Who here has ever taken a bridesmaid dress that they had, right? They paid for, they got this dress to be a part of this wedding, and they've shortened it and worn it somewhere else? I've never heard anyone say that, right? Maybe there's some women doing that. If that's you, please put that in the comments so that we can know. I'd love to speak with someone who's done that. I personally have never spoken to anyone who's done that. I think what we do is we pretend and we have these constructs in mind of like, yeah, absolutely, I'll just shorten it, wear it again. You're not shortening it. You're not wearing that sucker again, especially if you don't like the color, especially if you don't like the material. Right? Like it's problematic. So what can we do? Instead of doing that, there's something we can do, right? And that's what we're here to talk about on StyleForIt.com. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. All right. So nostalgia, we believe we're going to wear it again. What's another thing? We think we have room for it. We're like, oh, well, I'll get rid of other stuff to keep stuff in your closet that you never wear. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Come on, man. Right? Like let's call a spade a spade. I like to say that phrase on all the different platforms I'm on, and it's just rings true each and every time. We do not have room for things we don't wear in our closet. Like I want you to accept this. I want you to think about this. I want you to mull this over in your spirit. I want you to say this to yourself. I don't have room for unnecessary items, things, drama, people, right? Like you just don't have room, whether it's physical space, whether it's time, whether it's mental capacity, none of that. We don't have room for the unnecessary. So do you have room for the bridal wear you haven't worn in 10 years? No. Do you have room for that special occasion suit for one event that you went to 3 years ago? Nope. Do you have room for that really kind of elaborate dress that you got for a gala because you really wanted to make a great impression and you haven't worn it because it doesn't fit? It barely fit the first time you tried it on. No, we don't have room. We don't have room. Nope. We just don't have room. So getting over bronchitis. Sorry, guys. If we can accept that truth, we don't have room, then what can we do? We can do something about it. But that's the first place we have to get there. We have to get to the place of we don't have room for this. Okay. Next, also, I think sometimes, so for me growing up, depending on how you address money and finances in your life, we don't necessarily, I think, teach our children from an early age. I mean, now things are a little bit different because of the boom of entrepreneurship, but the idea of like doing things to make money and constantly kind of find ways to monetize in your life, I don't necessarily feel like that was inbred into me. I feel like that was something that I learned as I got older. And now children, again, are different. Things are different because entrepreneurship, technology, there's so much going on. kids are more educated and are thinking about how can I make money? How can I monetize? So that's fantastic, right? It's a new age, it's a new world. But for the rest of us, right, who maybe didn't have that growing up, do we really think about the different ways we can make money? So like if you tune into certain influencers and capture content like by Gary Vaynerchuk, or people who are telling you to like, listen, hustle, make that extra money, bring in that extra cash, then again, yeah, you're thinking about it. But maybe that's not something you're into. Maybe you don't listen to the Gary Vee experience. Maybe you don't think about different ways you can make money. I'm here, Natasha Nurse, StyleForIt ambassador, dressing roommate, content creator, is here to tell you we have to make more money. Because in life, I think there's so many things that are tied to wealth, finance, wealth development, growth, all of that good stuff. So the more money you make, it essentially affords you more opportunities and options for yourself. Whether that money is $50 extra a month, or it's $5,000 extra a month, or beyond, right? At the end of the day, more money gives you more options, things you can buy, things you can invest, things you can save, right? Like, it's totally up to you what you want to do with that money and whoever you work with for your financial wealth planning and all of that good jazz, right? So ultimately, if you aren't thinking about ways to make money, then I think that one option is something that's super simple and something you can do from your home, which is what StyleForIt is offering to you. The opportunity to sift through your closet and say, wow, these are 10 items that I am not wearing. I have not worn in the last 6 months, which means you're never wearing it, right? Like if you haven't worn it in the last 3 to 6 months, means you're not touching it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Either make room for something you will touch and you will wear and you will embrace, or just actually minimize and just embrace simplicity and the simplistic living, right? So that's something freaking amazing that you can do today. You can go through Sunday, right? We're on our Sunday fun day life. And if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do today, clear out your closet. Like, take time and invest in you. That's an investment in time and money for yourself, because you can create a free account on StyleForIt.com. And then what can you do? You can take the pictures of those 10 items that are not working for you today, start uploading it, and then I'll talk about what happens after that. But that's something that you can do. And then also, and this is no shade or no like calling people out, but who here has hoarding tendencies? Put my hand up. Right. It's it can get a little bit challenging, right? Like, I have a million stickers. I call myself a media connoisseur. I collect films and movies, and what else? Books are like an extension of my spirit. I feel like every book I come across, I need. My husband is constantly convincing me of the digital imprint that I need to be making, as opposed to the physical of carrying a bunch of books, because my bookcases are filled. I can't really add too many. So I'm on the digital tip right there. But yeah, so like we sometimes in life, we have things where we just like to collect. We like to just hoard a little bit. And that's okay, right? Like, I mean, listen, you can speak to professionals about certain tendencies that you're doing and dealing with in life. But at the end of the day, I think that for myself, I enjoy my media consumption and collection. I enjoy my book collection. I love fashion. So my closet is constantly evolving, constantly growing, shrinking, all of that good stuff. So within management, within reason, you do what you need to do in your life to make yourself happy. One life, live it up each and every day as much as possible. So, but I do think that when we have things, and I was just telling my husband, if I can't see everything in my closet, if I have to put things away because I have to then at a certain time switch things away, like, that's not how I live. I know some people switch for seasons. I don't enjoy doing that. I like having everything out. And so I would rather minimize and keep what I want out and wear it continuously until it's time that it's no longer available or no longer good for use. Keep it moving, send it to the, fashion graveyard, for instance, and that's how I roll with things. But if you have things in the back of the closet and you're not touching it, instead of just donating it, right, which you definitely have clothes that you can donate and give to those who need, You can also say, you know, wow, this is a brand new item. I've never worn it. I feel like my friend would love this. Let me put it up on StyleForIt.com. Let me make some money. Let me sell it and then recoup some of that investment that you already put out and have done nothing with. So if that makes sense to you and you're like, Tasha, that, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, so let's now talk about why the importance of creating your shop on StyleForIt.com and really decluttering your life. I think the why is always as important as the what we do in life. So I always, when I do content, it's really important to talk about the why, to talk about the reasons behind things. That way, we're not just mindlessly living our lives and just like, what, like, what are we doing, right? So the why behind StyleForIt, the why behind your new shop that you're going to be building today. Yes, I said today. I mean it. Today, ladies, today. I mean it. So first, more space equals freedom. I want you to imprint that equation into your mind. More space equals more freedom. Why do we need freedom? Because life is extremely hectic. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of times we feel overwhelmed physically, mentally, spiritually, any other term you want to use, right? And I think that there's so much freedom and breathability and space that comes from actually removing things out of your closet that you do not want, that you do not wear, that you do not like, and you have freedom. You can see what do you have available to you. You can feel liberated in the sense that, like, wow, like I accomplished something. I took stuff away so that I could appreciate and utilize what I have and not let things get lost in the ether of my closet, right? Like freedom. So that's the why. That's like a major why of why decluttering is a must, but especially when it comes to our special occasion wear. Like I said, most of us have these things that are just, they're nostalgia. We're not touching these things. They're like fashion artifacts. Who the hell has time and space for that? Nobody has time for space for this. Nobody. That's not going to work. So we have got to do something about it. All right. More space equals freedom. Next, I talked about making money, right? So whether you came from a life or a background of like, gotta hustle, gotta make that money, right? Like you're in it to win it, guys. Whether that was you or not, at the end of the day, is making money a good thing, absent hurting other people? Just reference it. We live in a really interesting world. So yeah, making money is typically a good thing, right? And I think that if you can make money from your home in your jammies, I think that's an incredible thing, actually. I applaud anyone who's doing that. And anyone on StyleForIt who's putting up clothing and selling it is definitely, like, you know, touche, right? Like abso-freaking-lutely. Thank you very much. So making money is a good thing. Making money in your jammies, even better. Making money from things that you've already bought, super simple, right? So it's simply fantastic. It's simply fabulous. Absolutely. I love that word fabulous. So like whenever I can say it, I'm just fabulous, darling. So there's that. Also, this is something, thankfully, that my husband taught me, and it's important, and it was hard to accept because I grew up embracing my hoarding tendencies. So life is filled with what? With memories, not things. When we are no longer here, when we transition into our next form in life, whatever you believe that to be, are we taking our things? No, we're not taking our things. We're not in Egypt anymore, right? We're not having our little build out of things that we're taking from our castles, or not our castles, but our pyramids. No, absolutely not, right? Like life is filled with memories, not things, and we can't take our things with us. So we can take our memories, hopefully, right? But we can't take our things. So we have to understand that, like, oh, but I bought this in 1982. That's fantastic, boo-boo. But if you don't wear it, then what are we doing with it? Maybe it could be used for someone who could use it for a photo shoot. Maybe someone else could use it because they want to use it for a Halloween costume. Maybe someone else can use it because they rock like 80s. That's like their thing right now. They're in it. They're winning it, right? Like they're just pulling from that. Maybe they're going to use it and make some other type of clothing out of it. They're going to use the fabric from it. They're going to use the prints on it, right? Like someone else can utilize something that you are just letting sit in your closet. It makes no sense at all to just let it sit there. life is filled with memories, not things, right? Like, and it's fun. My next point is new things are always coming and going, right? So like, you're like, but baby, because you can find something similar. And then you could also give that up 2 years from now, right? Like, so the opportunity to buy and sell and buy and sell is always going to be happening. So do not feel so connected to these individual things, because what also happens in life, there are people who've gone through tragedies where they've lost everything, right? If you were so tethered and so connected to the items in your closet or the items in your house and you felt like you couldn't live without them, you are putting yourself in a really dangerous position, because at any moment things can go awry and you can lose everything, right? Like things can just goodbye, Larry, la la la, like, and that's the end of that. And it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's actually quite horrible. But like for instance, I was in my previous house. We had like a flood, like a little flooding situation. I lost so many books. I thought I was going to die. I was devastated. And really, that my husband was like, listen, life is filled with memories. It's not things. We're not taking these with us. We have to stop being like, oh my God, you need yourself. You need your mind. You need your spirit. You need your energy. You need your passion. Those are things you need. The headbands and you don't need it. They're cute. They're fun, right? But you don't need it. We can always buy something again. We can always replace things. People are not necessarily replaceable, right? But things are. And so we have to remember that. And we have to also kind of release and let go and build that freedom into our lives, even if it's hard, even if it's challenging. Some of the best things in life are the hardest things you'll ever do. The hardest things you'll ever do. So come on now, let's release and give to others. Because like I said, the beauty of being able to put that out into the universe and have other people buy it, you make money, and then also the person can do something with it. Other people are looking to enhance their closet. They're looking to incorporate it into projects they're doing. They're looking into it for just, that's their shopping. They're having fun. It can be an active part of someone else's life. Your passive ignorance can be actively consumed and enjoyed by someone else. So why deny someone else that opportunity? You have gems in your closet. You do. Stop playing. Let's get her done, guys. Let's get her done. Also, and this is just a simple point, shopping and from other people's gems, it feels good on both fronts, right? So on the front of, I sold something, I feel good because I made money, like bravo, like Tasha, eight, right? Like we're feeling good. But then also on the buyer's end, they're feeling good because like I said earlier, they're going to find some way to do something about it, either wear it, either incorporate it in a project, either gift it to someone else, right? Like there's so many different ways you can do something. So let's have these like good exchanges online very easily, very efficiently, very simply in a platform dedicated to curvy and plus size women. Super empowering. Love it, love it, love it. You will too. And then my next point of like, why is this important? Why are we talking about this? Really comes down to the idea that, and this is something that I truly enjoy and I really emphasize in my own shopping needs and things that I do, which is you got to make room for something better, right? So sometimes we hold on to the nostalgia, we hold on to the old, and we're forgetting that if we get rid of the old, what could we do? We can bring in the new, right? We can make room for something even more better, even more special, even more fabulous. So don't you want room for something more fabulous? Make room for fabulous, right? Like, absolutely. So that is, I think that's like probably one of my most compelling reasons why you got to do this. So here, what do we do next? Like what we were like, okay, where do we go with this, Tasha? Like I'm in it, I'm interested. Okay, we're going to do this. First, go to StyleForIt.com, StyleForIt, all one word.com, and create your free account, open up your shop. And then what do? Then we go and open up the closet, right? Like reveal the Kraken, right? And go through the madness that is, right? And start to be like, oh my God, this is from this. I haven't worn this since I was in my 20s, right? Like find the things that you're like, girl, what? And you'll find things with tags. You'll find things you wore once and you're like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely preposterous. Ridiculous is also one of my favorite words, if not my favorite word. I've been saying it since I was 6. This is ridiculous. And you can totally look, this is ridiculous. What? Like, and just go through, pull out at least 10 items take pictures, front pictures, side pictures, back pictures, and then start uploading it, writing the price point for what you want to sell them for. And guess what? For a limited time only, you're going to be making the highest commissions you'll make on clothing like this on a site, because you'll be making 90%. You'll earn 90% of what you earn from what you sell it at, right? So if you're like, oh, I'm going to sell this for $40, 90% of that's yours. That's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. So make sure that you're doing that. And for special occasion items, definitely, right? It's already in your closet. Take the pictures, upload them, and start selling today, not tomorrow, not someday. Someday's not a day on the calendar, guys. Today is Sunday's a day on the calendar. Make sure you do it. And then, of course, if you have questions, you can always, when you go on StyleForIt.com, there's a contact email, and you can totally reach out and ask as many questions. The team and the founders, super responsive, super supportive. Make this and not just a one-time thing that you do, but an ongoing thing. Do constant purging every 3 months. Sift through and open up, reveal the Kraken, and see. And you're like, oh, nope, I'm not wearing this. I don't like this anymore. It doesn't fit. I gained weight. I lost weight, whatever the situation is. And make this a ritual for you, a Style For It ritual, right? It's a thing that you're doing. Your size is 12 to 32. You have a community. You have a home for you to come on in and do this, and to breathe clarity and space and freedom in your home, in your closet, in your mind. It's so revealing. Whenever you do a purge, it feels like you've just gotten this weight off of you. So why deny yourself that? Why deny other people the opportunity to shop your gems? Because we all have gems. We have all very interesting styles and cute little things that we can sell. So get to it. And then, of course, what you want to do is, it doesn't just stop there, right? The buck doesn't stop there. Once you create your shop, you have your items up in your shop, then it's really important for you to what? To share your shop with your friends and your family, right? Like, don't just be like, oh, it's just going to sit there. Get the word out, right? We are all the best ambassadors for the companies that we work with, the companies we support, the companies we buy from. We are all walking, talking ambassadors, right? And so the best way to move inventory, especially your own, right? Your like clothes that you want to sell, is to get the word out. So promote your shop on your social media platforms. If you just uploaded a dress, go on Facebook, because you know you were going to go on Facebook anyway. Share your link, share the direct link to your items, and get the word out. Share it with your friends and family. Some of us send out newsletters. Put that jump in there and put that in there and say, hey guys, I just opened my first Style For It shop. I'd love for you to support me. Shop, support me. This is my holiday. This could be my holiday gift from you guys. Buy my items away, right? Like, any way that you want to sell it, you'll find the way to do that, and definitely promote it and spread the word. That's how we get things moving. So with that, this pretty much ends the Style For conversation, declutter time conversation. And I'm excited to have done this first. I believe this is the first time now to be doing it on Facebook and YouTube. And this is exciting, guys. I really enjoyed it. If you have questions, comments, if you're confused about anything, we're here to help, right? As the Style For It ambassador, again, my name is Natasha Nurse. I am here to help and assist in your cleansing and freeing process with fashion. So if that's what you need right now, I'm your girl. I'm here to help you. So put that in the comments. And of course, when you go to StyleForIt.com, it'll be super easy, super simple to use. Super excited to have you join the platform. I have clothes on there. I can't wait to see you join the platform. And of course, as well, you'll see me on my own platform called Dressing Room 8. So, if you have questions and you happen to be on my platform and you're like, oh, I have a Style For It question, feel free to reach out. The goal is to make sure that you are getting the freedom that you need. You need space. You need mental space and physical space in life. You need to be able to breathe, and we can't have closets cluttered with things that we don't want. It makes no sense. And as plus size women, other platforms aren't necessarily catering just to us. So I really encourage you to support this community by being a part of the community. And even if you have nothing to sell and you're like, create a free account, just come on in and join the community, spread the word out. This is really something that's innovative. It's something that's changing the game for the plus size community. So I really encourage you to support this community by creating an account and then also spreading the word. It really matters. Every like, every share, every follow always matters. You guys know that, right? So I'm just saying it because you know it. You know it. You're like, Tasha, I got you. I feel you. So feel me on this. All right. And then, of course, we have more upcoming StyleForIt conversations. The next one is coming this actually weekend. So please follow along in the conversation on the Facebook page for StyleForIt. So if you are here on YouTube and you're like, where is that? So that would be facebook.com/StyleForIt. And then here, if you're watching this video on the Facebook page, you know what that is. So yay. But also you can definitely join the StyleForIt group as well. And then again, everything derives from the website. So make sure you are going to StyleForIt.com. Super easy to remember, super easy to share. I adore you guys. I adore you for joining the conversation. I adore you, whether you're watching this on the live or the replay, for any questions or comments that come thereafter. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate your time. Always. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you soon for the next conversation. Alrighty. So I'm going to say bye on YouTube. Woohoo! Bye, guys. And then bye on Facebook.